Welcome in. Happy 4th of July. Welcome to the stream. I'm BethAnime19. You guys can call me Beth or Bethan. It don't matter. My pronouns are she, her. I'm an aspiring voice actress, cosplayer, gamer, Twitch affiliate, streamer. Today, we are continuing on with Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, which we just started on Saturday night. Luckily, I got in pretty well on the queue. It wasn't that long. It was like 35 people when I logged in. So I was like mentally trying to prepare myself after last stream. But hey, I wanted to react to the title screen on stream, so yeah. So it was not that hard to get in. I was like 35, 37 in the queue, so yeah. But we'll see how we do on we'll see how we do on Saturday night. But anyways, guys, sit back, relax, enjoy the stream. Let's continue on where we left off in Dawntrail. I'm so excited! I'm just ready to go to Solution 9, baby! Right, first things first. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we've arrived, but we should get you two familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you are in any condition to do so? Hold on, Streamcord has not pinged my server to say I'm live. I'm gonna... Give me one quick second. Followers. Alright, sorry. Streamcord on my Discord server was not pinging, saying I was live, which was weird, so I had to be like, why isn't it doing it? Oh, that sounds lovely. When a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the Third Promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, Third Promise. They did have a point. Luke Lamont is technically royalty here, like it or not. A person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move into two groups as... Just technically ignoring me then. Kina, you Kryle can come with me. You and Kryle can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. Enjoy your what? Ah! I was choking on my saliva. That was not good. I need water. Sorry. They really need to not put in the auto every time. I'm fine now, really. I can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself with the contest looming and all.
Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Arundel already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the dock. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic from York to Raul, the southern landmass, the clans there produce various goods for exports. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring market. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Yay! They still kept the accompanying. Were they accompanying you? That was new to. That was when they did that with Endwalker. So now they can do it with us. They still kept that, which is good. I'm glad they kept that. I thought that was gonna be for Endwalker only, but no, they kept it, which is awesome. This is Bayside Bevy, Tolial's largest marketplace. Being right on harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh right, I should mention here that here in Tolial, we buy things with the PAL currency that the Palu created. But don't worry, more and more trades coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your guild. There's also... oh god. I'm gonna turn it down, my capture card audio just a bit down, just so y'all can hear me voice dialogue a little more. Because I'm already looking, I'm like, yeah, let's fix that. Watch you make... I fucking can't say that. Another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the look on your faces.
If I didn't attune to all the Aetherites while I was waiting.
Before stream. Or Ethernets. What do you think of that, eh? I love the Aetherite. Goodness me, you have Aetherites in Tolial? I think I told you before, but my brother Koana spent 3 years studying in Shalian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought back to us the knowledge of an Aetherite construction. Papa warmed me to that idea once one had built one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Zax Tural. Let's make a stop at Brightpoon Post on the way though. That's the headquarters of the Lance God. Oh wait, I don't have to run.
Look at this Ethernet there.
Here we are, Brightpoon Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tolial and preserving the peace. The Lance Guard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least 3 years ago when Zoralja took over as commander. The title is no empty honor, it means the first promise is considered equal to the Dome Silverton martial strike. Meanwhile, I haven't managed to Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments mainly later. Alphino and Alizé should be around too. Come on, it's time I showed you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern end of Tullenmark. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokoi. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually two separate continents. York-Tural, the southern lands of the mother, Sex-Tural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one of the great land masses, but long, long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, a familiar sounding tale. Slow down! But getting back to Saxtral, those lands are also part of the Tulial. That's right, isn't my father incredible? He united the two people into two continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tural had been at war for generations, but the only one when Papa traveled the lands to put a stop on the myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate, hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Zaxtural requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the right of succession is over. I promise to get to you when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. I'll hold you to that. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. We must have covered half the city by now. Tolio is unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Let's have a look at the weapon coffer, shall we? Mountain Chronic Blade, got it. Buddy, look at this cool ass sword. Cool. Just double checking on something real quick. Sure. Alright. We'll head west next, towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too. Toliod certainly doesn't want methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. The City of Stairs. The Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. I love this. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of Yokoi Temple, but the giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Dawntrail to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After Yokoi withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries, so when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Today! Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Replessen Quarter to the biggest residential district in Tuliao. We climb these sets of stairs here all the way up.
Take shortcut. So this is Replessen Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all of Dawntrail clans. Mamulja, Sekbaro, Perlupelu, Moblin, Hanu. We also have Tonawata, Heshkaro, and Shetona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Dawntrail. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tural. A true representation of Tulial's diverse character. These adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic is so beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. And here are dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Tuliao. We have them for the exact same reason as Aetherites. Koana brought back the plans from Sholi, and then Papa taught them fantastic commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about dirigibles. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. This is it, the Arch of the Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as Dawntrail Landgate. But when Papa founded Tulial, everyone began using its present name to honor of his great achievement.
Student's Gate is Kozamauka, the wetlands south of the city. Depending on who the right of succession asks us, we might end up going up in that direction. Kozamauka. The name is also intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier?
Alpaca!
Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seemed quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Cryle. You'll learn soon enough.
Yeah, 'cause they spit!
But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. If you wish to learn the history of Tulia, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you really take a really good look, you'll see there is something much more interesting. These are cool.
These are pretty. Pretty pillars.
Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamulja. That's right, it follows the exploits of my father, Guru Jaja, in his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tulial Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tulial came to be. Study them as long as you like. This pillar tells the lay of Brotherhood. It despites the scene when Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket, something I can never remember the name. You mean Kantranam? That's the one. Kantranram's arrival in Doral is what prompted Papa to embark his own journey. But it said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit, if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Kantranram's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he's traveled between our lands and it for a while. But then, Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is the story when Papa visited the Hanu in their village of Kozamauka. Ah, the people Alphano almost mistook for Vanu, if not for the colorful plumage. He spent a fair bit of amount of time in Vanu in the Sea of Clouds. Wait a minute. Oh, let's see. This one is the layer part which depicts the moblins of Kozamauka. They might wear the odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Robin goods are standard when it comes to... Clearly the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Turali counterparts. This one recounts the lay of the past. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted. For decades, the Zabral and the Mumulcha were at war for control of the.
Stop it!
Let me take time to read! The action Ploppa took at the end of the conflict has been.
Oh my god, stop!
There's a clan of Hothgra and Bostas known as Hellions. In their society, women rules as queens and the men serve as. Yet here we are in Terrell's rebel men and women appear to be equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second.
Sure.
The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of Pelu Pelu, whose homeland is in. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tolial's markets for traveling the peddlers in common sight, no matter where you go in Toral. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those baked masks, they are clever and calculating traitors.
Traitors! Traitors, not traitors. Traitors.
Oh, this one is my favorite. The Lay of Ice depicts the battle between the legendary Toral Virgo. I should explain. A Toral Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to pre-natural power. Belagamada itself was dubbed the Skyrim, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Toral every time it stood its. I'll let that one play out. Despite its reputation, however, Valgarmadar is known as the symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness on Tolial's nation emblem and adorning banners at the palace.
It's a blank pillar. Why is it blank?
Oh, this one is unmarked. Papa says he left the bank of pillar blank for the next chapter of how Tolial's history, whatever might be.
Oh, I wonder what that is. Hint, hint, hint. Totally not foreshadowing of Dawntrail. I'm calling it right now. That blank pillar's gonna be whatever the plot is. I'm calling it right now.
Ah, the Lay of Fruit. That is big fellow of the Yokoi. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing of all Yok Toral. Having brought the 7 reaches to heal, then they turned northward, settling their sights on Zak Toral. You recall that the massive bridge they built beyond the Sky Gate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Kopaka. I've never seen any of their kind, so as much as set foot under the city. This was a people with power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? Had you filled of history then?
Yes, thank you.
Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises there seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while, but now I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bite of local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. Have you ever had tacos? They're totally classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and stir it with meat and salad. A lot of shops sell them, but I like how they're made here that actually taste best. And I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with Brugaboo. I forgot tacos was also a funny meme of this game. Like, even before Dawntrail, I think, if I remember. Where's the dude I'm supposed to talk to? Unless I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, it's in there.
Brookevo!
Okay, good. We're gonna. It's voice.
My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Tacos, tacos, tacos. I like
Right
tacos.
away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Tacos, tacos, tacos.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
Tacos.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Tacos!
Oh,
Oh no!
oh.
No!
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh, no.
You're gonna pay for that, mister.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
You are going to pay for those tacos.
Dredge from foreign
And
waters
get us
is
new
my
ones,
guess,
damn
brother.
you!
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor.
Glory on your name, brother.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
all peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Ha! Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
That's enough.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
Right.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense. Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
Assholes.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in the great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
Oh. Don't worry, we'll get more tacos.
I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tolial cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alphino with the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of climb to the top, but you can head up from the red splendid quarter, or even the eastern side of Tanadmark if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll find your own way to Valakshonsha. My poor lefty belly. You made it good, then we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't let us wait forever.
Oh, so I have 2 of these?
I've acquainted with the twins with the city as best as I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult, invariably something would catch their eyes, spurring them to run down an alley and investigate. 'Twas like the herding of a pair of unruly corals. I understood all too well. Surely it had the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will still want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what it might be in store. I don't know. Oh my god.
When did he get here?
It's Astidian!
What's the point? Why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Hey there, Astidian. How's it going?
Know that you are the strongest I've fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
You talking to me? Astidian, don't put me in a spot like that.
I see you, warrior.
No, you don't. You don't see me.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tyrrell.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve. and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solanash.
It's Erenville now, Dawn Servant.
Wow.
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! Old-tempered still. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once. Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Oh, bye-bye, Estinian.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Gona. The third promise, Uklamat.
I like the glasses on Kwana.
And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja. You four will compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young. And so I look to the always for inspiration. The right of succession. The means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulcha at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Ah, though it seems the One-Head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
I like his voice.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself.
And that is?
To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural.
Really?
And find the City of Gold.
What? The whole contest is to find the city of gold. Isn't that what Kryle's also looking for?
If I may, Father.
I can't remember.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions, and we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same, but in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
What are those? Oh! Are those the... Oh, those are the pillars I think we just saw, didn't it?
The Tuliyollal saga.
Yeah.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja as successor and be done with it.
The rite of cessation begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryo Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time.
Oh, man.
I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the rite of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Aww.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this?
Yes, I need this for the plot.
Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now, This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Oh, hi, Graha.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
Aww! I want to see where this journey leads.
No wonder the
Final Fantasy XIV community thinks Graha is a boyfriend.
So you are
I'm
committed to your
slowly
path.
starting to understand now. I understand why now Graha is like considered. They're
I
calling
will
him
speak no
like
more of
a
it then.
boyfriend material.
As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Here they come!
It's Saralja!
Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Serelja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Saralja, the first promise and commander of the Land Scout. Saralja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Saralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion, common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Saralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Saralja, the warmonger.
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zaralja's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Up there he is!
Second promise.
You must bring us more marvelous conveniences, more dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier.
The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new.
You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the rite of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always.
That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
Oh.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
Oh, of course.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants.
Oh my god. Oh no. No.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyola.
Wow.
I'll brush aside your feeble contenders. And then you'll see who deserves your deity. Well said, brother.
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
What a true mama.
I place our precious Third Promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's Promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
So much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not the one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. And we'll all have to work with their 7 tablets and their connection to the Tulio saga. Might I suggest comparing the tablets again to the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea, let's go take a look.
I ain't gonna die, but I'm doing it anyways. Woo!
That makes everyone. Wuklamat, the tablets if you would. Of course! Everyone has a tablet. Then let's compare them to the respective pillars. Keep an eye out for them. out for the even simplest
differences.
Why am I singing that song? I don't know why. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said we would retrace the path he walked into Tural's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuliel saga. The events the glyphs portrayed, do we know where the exact location where they were located? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm where... let me think. Papa took me there once. It was during a festival season, and then the whole village was alive with good cheer. There was also a lay of gold that one involved the Pele Pele village, which is about the same distance from here.
Hi, Yuki. Hi. Do you want to say about that? You want to say hi? Yuki wants to say hi. Come here. There you are. Yay! While the cutscene plays out, you just needed cuddles. Or... Hi. Come here. Say hi to chat.
While this cutscene plays out that I can't stop.
He says hi. Good boy. Wanna play? Wanna say my lap play?
The improvements to ensure be prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged.
Play with me.
There's a spammer calling. Go home, spammer! Now of all times I'm getting a spam call when my baby is on my lap. That's right, oh, shit. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Exalipti. Alright. Greetings, visitors. Welcome to Tuliel, and welcome to... Whenever you're ready, I'll show you to your rooms. trust you be your keenness to head out, Kina. But where are Arenville and Buklamat, I wonder? Bird! Oh good, you are all here. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought it better to get it from the locals. These two hail from the villages they're thinking to visit. I give you credit for taking initiative at least. What do you mean at least? I am honored that the third promise would seek my advice. I am too, to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. We thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these two for you. What's this? It's called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special cell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distance. Is that so? What a handy thing to have!
Are you asleep? He's asleep.
It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. The Tolial saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hano, Pelu Pelu, settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are a cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds and head home in their village, Okanu, is located in Kozamauka. The other smaller fellow is the one of the Balu, a clan of business-minded folk from Urkopacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and corrupt all kinds of marvelous goods. The Wachipello are their village. Now as we're dealing with village to visit first, why don't you put that adventurous instincts of yours to work for us, Kina? Pick our destination. Okay. Oh, so we're just getting the usual split in between quests like we usually do. Okay. Let's do this one. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall to the Urkopacha, we depart from the Arch of Dawn, then take the road at the first fort. Should we be ready for anything along the way? That is indeed the way to Urkopacha. After the damage brought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart. When it comes to the rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me! We'll be back to talk to you in a good time, friend Hanu. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill at Zapote. It'll all be arranged. Bless you.
Oh, big yawn.
introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca. There's a llama, fuzzy llama, stinky llama, llama, duck. If you guys don't know the name of that song, of the llama song, what's wrong with you? These animals can traverse alpaca's steep mountain trails if they were in the gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. So they must feel the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Erosia? Alpacas are native to Dawntrail. Erosia has its chocobos in the eastern lands of their horses. Why go out to the trouble of breeding another pack and the beast in a place which ill suits? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you are not fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One spat on me and the other the foulest stench you can imagine. Aha, I see. What are they? Oh, alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile, even without the We are really doing this then. Look at this. Look at this dog.
Good, I'll take my payment now.
You want me to pay you?
What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing?
The people value the act of spreading joy through the trade. As you should know, they take pride in making deals that benefit. Dear God.
Yes, I made a trade with the third promise for self. My friends will never believe this.
I shall be on my way now. I'll wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. Yeah, you better not get spit on. You brought that upon yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so they will say. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Okapacha, then that's what we'll do.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Here we are.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear.
Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
My little baby.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wook Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places.
But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watranpelo.
Oh, truly. I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal? Is that a local beverage?
It's an Urgopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
And that is...
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyollal. Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Watranpelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
Yeah, don't get lost.
It's right there!
Sure. Alright. Wow. Sure is pretty out here. I want to listen to the music. Palace crowds were more supportive of her brothers, but Wukamat's peaceful politics do have the quiet adherents, I see. Oh. I was supposed to talk to Erenville, not Kryl. Oops. I got that mixed up! This is it. Wanchupelo. The home of the Pelu Pelu. Oh my god, you go too fast! That's not good. You've come all this way for the rite of succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future of Dawn Servant. The future Dawn Servant. But please, the outcome is how fortunate then that I deal with clothes and woven especially from luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come third, promise my well-stocked shelves are up. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. Ahem. What did we just talk about? Arundel, when did you... A Shatona from far-off Saxural. Northern winter's are very cold affairs, I'm told, but I cannot imagine how you survived them without a lovely warm cloak. No, thank you. I'm in no need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, my shop door is always open. Oh, that's right, I have the 14 drop redemptions, so forgot about that. As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. That won't cheat or sell you of defective goods. They will, however, disarm you for their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wuklamak fall prey to this. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matters should you make your disinterest plain. I'll deal with this later. I was like, oh yeah, let me get the code. And I'll do that in a minute. I'll do that. I'll do that later. We'll do it later. Let me just attune to the ether right real quick. Hold on 1 second. I know it's in it. Why does this remind me of Whistle While You Work? Just a little bit. Not my famous moment, I'll admit. But now that we're here, let's do what we came here to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Quail, Alice, and I will speak to the merchants. Wukulok, Mock, you, and Erinville might try to approach the travelers nearby, passerby. Ah! Pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye should we learn to ought to use. Let us relay it to the third promise. The Dawn Servant Selector? I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't much care who sits to the throne as long as they keep Toral peaceful. People tend to not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean.
Speaking of which, would you like a cup?
A joy shared, a joy doubled, I say. That must be my redemption code that I did for the Twitch bonus. Being freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head letter, Tudley, could probably tell you more about it. I'm gonna do a delivery Moogle just real quick. Choco and buttery mug biscuits. Stay in my inventory. There we go. Lectors? Oh yes, I've heard about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for the Zoralja. It's the first promise wins they'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands, call them potentially, so many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? Please just answer my question. Very well, you said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you, you're no supporter of Zoralja or his policies.
Really? Really? What the hell? What the hell? can you at least help us out? I'm the motherfucking warrior of light here. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Do you have any questions for me? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you, and that stuff stinks! It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobley, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving up a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobley noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost thought I bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobley is the man to talk to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share with this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay it a visit before the others return. That is a lot of alpacas. Still, we don't know where the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear defer me. Be brave, Lamont. Excuse me, is one of those workers Tobley? Tobley? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? So it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobley a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone. We think might be Tobley. Let's ask some questions first and narrow down the field. Great. When we can meet back. Well, obviously, I'm not Tobley. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out that, who Tobley is, or if an elector is, even at the village. Good luck! Ah, visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Am I Tobley? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise in our entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? You think I might be Tobley? Well, maybe I am. All I will say in that is this village none have reared more alpacas than I.
I see we're both done with our interrogations. So what do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let me hear your pick. It's definitely not the diligent one. I think my money is on the boastful one. That loud, boastful fellow? I suppose he could be totally. Only one way to find out. If I'm right, I will laugh. Nothing would make me happier than knowing your identity, so how about we make a deal and you tell me the truth? I have money. Ha! Then I agree to your trade. Done and done. As part of the bargain... He's not totally, damn it! I didn't mean to do that, Wuklamad. I just made a lucky guess. Don't you get angry at me. I've got the gill if you need to pay for it. Jeez. Fine, it's the nonchalant one. Fine. Let's see if it is. I'm not even gonna read the dialogue. I won't read dialogue, but I want to see if this is. Oh my god! So it was really the diligent one. What the hell? I hate guessing games, damn it. Oh my god, so it was the diligent one this entire time. So it was the chosen electors. I need a break from reading dialogue, I'm sorry, chat. Yep, that was you. See, if here's the weird thing. If he said he was Tobly, I was like, okay. If you say you're Tobly, you're just saying that just so you can say it.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all. Zorolja.
Oh, hey, you.
I am told the head ledger, Tobly, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobly. That's part of the test.
You're Tobly.
Without even asking a single question.
You beat us to it,
Very
dude.
impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me
Oh
an
boy.
alpaca.
Of course it's an alpaca. Of course, it's an alpaca. The one thing Wuklamot is afraid of. But it's okay. Character
While
development.
I've not
It's called
had
character
the
development.
best
She needs to face her
experiences
fears.
with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example!
Oh boy.
He's so cute, though. He's so cute.
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Aaronville said.
Oh no! Oh no!
The little monster spat on me!
Oh no!
Oh, that stinks. I can't.
Oh no, Wuklamot. I wonder if
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Wait a minute.
Indeed.
That voice sounds familiar.
We
Hold
take
on.
the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our
I
gentle
wanna make sure,
domesticated
though.
stock. This produces the strong but beatable pack animals prized
Oh my
by
god!
traveling
It
merchants.
is Erica! Because, Erica Mendez just announced. They're in
Oh,
a
well
game.
and
They're in the
good.
game as
But did
Mablu.
I need to bathe an alpaca spit
Yeah,
for you
Mablu
to
and
make your
Milo,
point?
Milo Ja. That's the characters.
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the ride, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Yeah. Yeah, right, buddy, old pal.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Yep, that is true.
Are you alright, Uklamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
I had to go and wash out that Nazi stuff off my face. I think I got all part of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me just to make sure that stench ruined my sense of smell? Hey, I saw that look. Probably do one more for today. Do one more and we'll pick up on Saturday night. As Wuklamat helped demonstrate, the Valley of Alpaca are wary of people getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that suits the spitting beasts. Wonderful, give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten that we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. I don't have enough cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you an equivalent of 10 pearl in the thousands column. You mean 10,000 pearl? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes around 1 million or so. Mayhap if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others to pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. In that case... That basket is wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pearl in the hundreds column. Beginning the wool, you can trade forever more value goods until you have something suitable to bargain for the saddle. That's a nice gesture. But you think I can turn 100 pearl into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pearl, not 1 million. So we're looking for 100 times more. Alright, I panicked and got confused with Alphino's million guild. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak. You didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I just I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again, Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've learned a lot about the pepper profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claymates towards the first step of the feat. As long as Rukumak goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance for whomever she likes. Alright! Let's see about getting that settled then, third promise. I don't know what you made of your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for good bargains. Welcome aboard, Malblue. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work with Mablu gone. I'll need extra hands to tend the alpacas. Gladly, although, Kina, I think you should go with Muklumat. No, I want to help rally up the alpacas. But I want to help and get rattle up the alpacas. Fine, I'll leave the wool to sure. Scaredy cat. Scaredy Hrothgar. That's your name. Okay. Something I can do for you? We come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. Here you go, buddy. What does use of a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would only be better to cover the cost of a single... And, what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a couple days and while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a mug of quality stuff and you got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, third promise. Such mezcal can be had... I can't do it. I can't do it! Hold on, did you say third promise? Yeah, I said third promise. But I must go support the man of ambition who will see my prince's professorial job. We'll go to war in his cavalry saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed, as children's stories. They think themselves are safe from horrors. Take peace as we blah 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 blah. Still, there are others unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future like the Second Promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the Driggables that made its strife way. Then you have those like Halvey, convinced that the First Promise plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for a great profit. But what about you, Mablu? Aren't you one of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it's like when the Yokoi ruled our village. I'm trying the best I can to do a Mablu voice. I'm so sorry. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become the Dawn Servant to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I better make sure to win the contest. I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddler maker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we just expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed, we just need to get on with it. I may not have a head and trade over a stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tulial on the line. Aiming for that 10,000 hell jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration, so let's try to exchange the wool for anything with a touch more valuable. Alright, the trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade. Ah! Of course, the Weaver. Golnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision and he was there to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to that road where we first met him. This is the spot that Bolnock talked to us. He walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Ikuval's Inn. Most visitors from One Champello end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Hey, come here, buddy. Can I have that basket, Tina?
Here you go.
Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn it into a profit. Into profits. I need to do this voice. Pollock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise. You wish to do business with me? Might I ask what all this is about? I see, so the goal is to turn a basket of wool into a jug of a 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. That was quick. Peace in Terrell is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, if I would prefer that one pledge to preserve that peace and win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you as this wool poncho. A small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's a fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in Hunter's column. That's very generous, Bolnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. I can't believe you quadrupled your investment with the first deal. We're up to a spectacular start. Only because Kina remembered our Weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. Ah! Damn it, sometimes I forget. Oh, I'm trying to voice! You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Kina, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Annabelle would never let me hear the end of it. All set. Our next deal is waiting for you. Whoa. That's cool. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking for stock sales. That makes sense, but how do we... They aren't wearing one? That's the Ovni Center, isn't it? We look for a person without the poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there we go. We find the demand for our supply. So where should we begin our search for prospective use? There are a number of places, but we could do worse than staring here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamulja hardly wear anything to begin with. There's a probably lance-guard or sellswords. Mamulja here who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much. So even if they bear shoulders, Mamulja carrying arms can be struck off the list.
Ponchos, ponchos, who wants a poncho?
Well, that dude's got a poncho, so that's a no-go. I'm gonna say... this person right here. This fellow. That Momojamer's armed. Could be a Deporo courier. I've seen them flying their wares. Those types aren't fond of excessive clothing either. Okay, that's... that guy. Let's see, no coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Ho there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade. I was curious about your broad of choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, to believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here, and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was... I'm actually a tool maker from Tulial, and was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show Palu I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his works as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho! This would be a perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to take part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fun tunes, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp and the haft is well made. I value it 1 pal in the thousandths column. Oh ho, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this put me on an even footing any fellow merchant. Like the eponymous owner of the Miplu's mate garden for once. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the meat, and I thought I'd impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter, I have the other wares to sell. Glad I meant to have you. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Miplu's mate we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. This one will be the calm type, right? I don't know. Alright. that toolmaker to assess the potential customer. If you have a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. Alright, let's get the glove. Alright, lobskin, fingerless gloves of striking. Lobskin. I said lobsters. Whoa! Look at that! That's bad. That's badass. Alright, that was probably gonna be my last quest of the day, so we'll stop here for today and pick. Let me just check the next quest real quick. Mablu's Stream. Yep, that's the next one we will do. So we'll finish up the Rogopacha quest chain on Saturday. And then maybe start the we'll figure out and maybe get a head start. We'll see. Sorry, I have a weird thing of looking how many quests we're gonna be doing for just so I can manage everything. Sounds like, yeah, it was a silent stream. That is very, very true. Alright guys, that's gonna go ahead and call it. Thank you to everybody who stopped by. Grace, thank you for modding. We'll be back on some more 14 on Saturday nights. We'll finish up the main quests in this area on Saturday night, and that's the plan. No stream tomorrow. Also, heads up, I'm not streaming the special program tomorrow morning. Just decided not to. Just cause, so no stream tomorrow morning, and don't forget, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing some voice acting in Chaos's channel tomorrow. I think around 1 p.m. my time, I think, if I'm right. But I'll fill y'all in on the details. But that'll be tomorrow over in Chaos's channel. So come by and watch us be silly and do goofy voice acting. But, alright guys, take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, spread the love. See you guys on Saturday night, and we're gonna go raid. Let's go raid my pal Suki. We'll go raid Suki. They and my pal Soul, aka Gary, one of the members of the Honkadonk squad. They are doing a Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough together. It's the Gale origin.